Hey, Ellie, good to see you today. You are one of our tribes leaders. We are so excited about the upcoming winter 2023 tribe season, which is starting very soon in February. But hey, Ellie, you were one of the leaders that went through the Tribes Foundations season. And one of the
Yeah.
topics that we covered is what is a disciple from a Jewish perspective? Like, what would Jesus and his followers have really thought of that concept of discipleship? So tell us how participating in tribes really helped your group to see the biblical concept of discipleship in high definition.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. I'm really excited about this upcoming season. And, in that particular area where we were talking about discipleship, we talk about discipleship in the church a lot today, yet we don't see a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I think what was really neat about this was to think about what it would have been like to have someone that you could ask questions to,
Mm.
and what it really meant for the disciples to walk with their teacher. And as he's doing ministry, they're right there with him, and they're seeing it and they're hearing it, and they're able to have deeper discussions. So the fact that even that type of discipleship happens today, and you can see that in Israel, was one of the most pivotal conversations that we had. Just how cool it would be to think about we could ask questions, and we don't really have a lot of access to asking questions today. So how discipleship really needs to change. So that was probably the biggest insight for our group.
Yeah, it's really amazing just when we really get into the biblical Jewish foundations of discipleship. You see how personal it is,
Yeah.
how tangible it is. Not about a book or a program; it's about a relationship, and we really try to bring that out in that tribes session. And that's really the kind of stuff we want to cover and will cover and are covering in tribes. And of course, we're doing that together as a group. So that leads me into my next question I want to get your thoughts on. So what would you say is the value of studying the Bible together as a group, as opposed to just simply doing Bible study on your own? Of course, we know that's valuable, but
Yeah.
there's something about group study that makes a big difference.
Oh, there is. That whole aspect of community is so powerful.
Mhm.
I think the greatest thing, we happen to have a group of people that were from Uganda and
Wow.
Texas and California. I mean, it was a very virtual group. But what was really amazing was just to hear the testimonies and the different perspectives of what it looks like.
Mm.
People that grew up in the church, didn't grow up in the church, people that came from, more of a Catholic background versus a Pentecostal background, and just really to be able to experience the richness
Mm.
of the body. And I think the testimonies, I think the richness of tradition, and even questioning some of those things or learning from one another on that, was what was most powerful. And the relationships that formed, we definitely had some really great prayer time
Yeah.
together as well. And I didn't know some of these people before we started, and some of them are actually like really close to me now, so it was very exciting.
Yeah, that's the beauty of tribes in our vision and heart, is to bring people together. And of course, those could be local in-person groups, or like you're doing, you've got a global tribe, people from all over, not just all over the state, country, or region, but people from all over the world. And that's one of the things that we allow in tribes and encourage, is to just try to bring in whatever people are in your circle of influence. Bring those people together weekly for each tribe season to study and learn together. Because, like you said, in a group, there's that give and take, there's that learning. And of course, that's even a very Jewish concept, too, of learning and studying together in groups or with a partner, because there's always more to glean. Hey, Ellie, got one more question for you. What would you say to someone who's maybe thinking about starting a tribe, but they're not really sure? Boy, do I know enough? Do I know enough people? Maybe lots of questions and uncertainties that people may have. What would you say to someone who is unsure if they can lead a tribe?
you can absolutely do this. So, you guys have done such a fantastic job of setting up the structure, putting together a learning guide, for participants, but also the instructor guide. Here are the key points, here are the questions, here's what this meeting should look like. And, that makes it really easy. I mean, honestly, it's not hard at all. You just turn on the camera and make some great relationships. Do a little prep ahead of time. I mean, it's really good to go through the questions and to read that, to watch the video, to know where it's going. But you don't have to be the expert here. That's why we have Rabbi Jason. And the whole thing is, your job is just to facilitate community and conversation and the learning. And I think anybody who really loves people, who can listen well and pull things together, could absolutely do this.
Awesome. Yeah. And just to reiterate, Ellie, as a tribe leader, you're going to have support from Rabbi Jason and from myself and from other tribe leaders, because we get together. There's a lot of communication. Also, we provide the resources for you. The weekly video, the leader guide, and the student guide is all included for your tribe for each and every session, for each and every season. So we try to make it something that leadership is challenging, but we want to come alongside of you. Hey, thanks, Ellie. Appreciate your input.
Yeah, thank you. It's been great. And I look forward to more people jumping into our tribe so we can have an even bigger community.
Indeed. Amen. Thanks.